The gentleman on the right is Mr. Ken Bagatelle, one of our Woodbine members from down in Long Island area. He's interviewing Mr. Joe Garagiola. And following this, my good friend Charlie Hirsch will be giving a brief interview of Oscar Gamble, a former Yankee who was playing with the White Sox 2 weeks ago, and he has since been released.
Like interviewing Joe Garagiola. Joe, when you were playing, you had one type of psych to get ready for a ball game. Now when you have to do a ball game, not in uniform, but in a tie and jacket, how is it different?
Well, the difference is I don't have to worry about what the pitcher's throwing and who's going to be running, who's going to be playing hit and run. Now I can go to both managers, I can ask that question, and I just have to worry about the pitcher's stuff. It's a lot easier this way.
You're living out of a suitcase both ways, though. Is it any easier when you're doing it play-by-play as opposed to be a player?
Well, what is easier is you can very rarely have a bad night in the broadcast booth, because if you make a mistake, you can just say something like, excuse me, that was wrong, or check it. If you do that on the field, it's 0 for 1, 0 for 2, and you end up 0 for 4. And you get too many 0 for 4s, you're not going to be in the big leagues long. When
you go on the chicken circuit in the off-season, do you find you're doing more speaking now or when you were a player?
Oh, more when I was a player, because in those days, they thought that we were, that was part of the contract, that we had to get out and do it, and I felt that it was. Now, especially living in Arizona, I don't do quite as much.
But when you make appearances on a Johnny Carson show or something else, don't you feel that you have more of a markability as far as your one-on-one as opposed to being one of 25 on a field?
Well, that's true. Of course, doing the Johnny Carson show helps you quite a bit to get banquets, and you're on your own. I mean, I don't have to look at a third base coach to know if I'm hitting or taking, or if I'm bunting or playing hit and run. When I sit down to do it, it's up to me, and that's the way it is in the booth, and I kind of like that.
It seems like you never run out of antidotes. Like, you must make notes and say, 5 years from now, I'm going to use this at the right time. How do you...
No, I don't save them for 5 years. If I hear one tonight, I'll use it tonight. I do save them, and I guess I've been around long enough that the old ones are new.
Well, you're still a joy to all of us, and we'd love to have you on the air, so we hope you don't go into early retirement.
Oh, no early retirement. Let's just get the strike settled so we can worry about baseball.
Thanks very much for the interview.
My pleasure.
For years here with the Yankees, how does it feel to be back?
I feel good, you know, like... I went to White Sox. I'm back here tonight trying to beat him.
I'm sure the right field wall looks inviting. You always were known as a hitter that loved Yankee Stadium, and how does it feel to play in this particular ballpark?
Oh, it feels good. You know, I got a short porch, and you know, I hope I can hit it a couple times tonight.
Okay, Oscar, you've been both a regular outfielder and a designated hitter. How do you prepare differently when you're playing the field as opposed to just being a DH?
Well, DH, you know, you got to try to stay loose. But playing outfield, you know, you be loose automatic because you're running in and out from the outfield. But when you're DHing, you got to stretch and do all the, you know, if you can hit a high hop or something, you got to try to beat it out.
Okay, Oscar, thanks a lot for the interview, and good luck tonight.